Welcome to my channel, AI Basics with AK. I know it's been a long while since my last video, but I have got some exciting news to share. You know something? We now got a brand new website to complement this channel. And I must say, it's absolutely fantastic. Let me give a quick tour of the website. So let's quickly go through our website. I'm excited. And here it is. I feel this will be an invaluable resource for all of you, and especially this will be a backup for our content and for the videos that we'll go through in the future seasons as well. So this is my landing page, which lays down the structure of this website. And on top of that, you can see one more tab here, which is AI Vlogs. If you click on that, you will see like date wise which episode is going to get released, and it's supporting slides and as well as the homework, which I would feel that it will help you. And post this video goes live onto the YouTube video, I'll embed the YouTube video link as well here. So without further ado, let's click start our season 2 and episode 1. Season 2, Introduction to Python Programming as promised, and episode 1, Why Python. So these are our slides. And today's agenda is growth of Python, like how it has grown over the past few years, and what are the specific advantages of Python and its popular use cases and popular libraries. A simple hello world program such that it gives a quick instant gratification for all of you, like how the program language looks like, and few other examples like mathematical operations that I have kept for these introductory slides as an example, and some resources for you to learn apart from these videos as well, and the tools that we use for this session also for future seasons as well. Now, if you can see here, okay, the below, the bottom most right, the bottom left one, the growth of Python has increased in an exponential way in terms of people asking Stack Overflow questions. And the right graph you can see here, it is the projection that they are saying that it will surpass all other languages that are there. And of course it has been. What is it tells is that this is the fastest growing programming language, and because of its beautiful advantages that we will see it in the next slide. Apart from this language has become almost a good official language for teaching in the universities, especially for undergrads, and of course for graduate students as well. So what are the advantages of Python? Like, let me just quickly run through. It's the most popular tool in data science. I think most of you would be aware of it, and it's a very high level programming language. Because everybody can comprehend what is that programming language it is. Like, it's not written in a very low level language like an assembly level programming language, which is in just binaries and bits. The more added advantage to this language is it's an object oriented language. It is famously called as OOPS. And great thing, it's free. Who doesn't love it? Free, and it's the best tool as well. And the community and its specific documentation is wonderful, which of course I will be giving you which documents you have to go through as well in future as well. But for as an introductory video, there is a fantastic support community like Stack Overflow as well, which you would know it. And apart from that, there is a very beautiful documentation, and which are with examples, with very good examples that are already there as a part of documentation. Apart from these two things, there are plenty of good books that uh, with Python language as an example are also been available in the in Amazon, as well as in Orieli Media, which is much more better, or and also in Emerald. So let's go through quickly on the use cases and popular libraries. Web development, I think, because it's a very good programming tool. Okay, web development using Django framework has been one of the most famous use case that I am aware of it. Maybe if you know anything else, maybe people please comment in the YouTube video, or else in the blog as well. So anyways, it is fine. Data science, of course, that's why we are learning this tool. AI is a mother language which we have discussed in season 1, but I have kept as a separate point to just highlight on the LLMs and CNNs and RNs kind of a thing. And automation and scripting, that's how the initially it has been started. Of course, the popular libraries are pandas, which is nothing but say for example, you know, an Excel sheet has tables and rows, like you create some summaries, pivots and everything. So all those kind of data manipulation exercises can be done using pandas. NumPy is a very supporting that acts like a bridge between these data manipulation exercises and data science activities, which is nothing but scikit-learn. Like it has very good powerful traditional machine learning models like linear regression, logistic regression, SMV, and also like ensemble modeling programs like random forest, XGBoost, gradient boost, etc. Apart from this, it's a spaCy. I'll correct the spelling here. It's spaCy and NLTK. I prefer more spaCy, and also in the videos we will only go through spaCy. However, I'll be giving the NLTK resources in the website for such that you people can go through for NLTK as well. TensorFlow is one of the beautiful framework. And there is something called PyTorch, but I prefer TensorFlow because of its documentation as well as its support for a PyTorch, and TensorFlow is the same. But people who love TypeWatch maybe prefer TypeWatch, PyTorch, or else because of the job they might be using PyTorch. For that, I will be leaving out the specific references in the blog when we come to the specific section in future seasons. Boto 3 is mostly about cloud computing, of course, which when we go into AWS cloud computing, we will go through just this Boto 3 framework kind of a thing, which will be very helpful for us to understand how to read and use these libraries. So yeah, now it's the instant gratification mode. So it's so simple, right? You just say print hello world, and that's the output. It's as simple as that. And this is a function here. We have created a function hello world, and then we are calling the function here. It's as simple as that. Now these are my simple mathematical operators. If you can see here, it's 100 plus 100. It has just, I did not mention anything. I just said 100 and 100, and then maybe I have entered. Just say enter, then it has printed an answer 200. Here I have assigned 9 into a variable, and I asked it to print that variable. It has given an answer 81. And this 81, since it's in the same single file, this 81 is going here. And then I'm telling it to reassign it to x again, saying 300 minus 81. So it is reassigning that x, and then it is printing as an x. So it's as simple as like how we do it in a piece of paper. So it will be very, like, your learning curve will be very quick and fast. So this is just a quick for loop kind of a thing. Like you you can call this as a list or array or something, whatever it is, which we'll discuss in the future seasons. Here I'm saying just count down in this piece, just print it down. Here if you can see it out here, there is something called numerical and there is something called character. People who doesn't know what is numerical and character, it's fine, okay. You can just ignore for these things, but what it can do is here is that it can just read both of them and can print it down. It doesn't even mind, but what's happening in the background, we will see it in the next season, sorry, next episode. And if you can see here in the for loop, I have asked we have kept here an if statement. When it is equal to 2, we have asked it to print got you. So yes, so it has given it. So that's how the simple the language it is. You can just it's like a simple English language. Maybe in the quick 3 slides I have demonstrated that it's as simple as a plain English. If you can people can understand what's going on in this program as well. That's how it is high level. That's why we call it as a high level programming language. So these are quick resources to learn. Okay, some links I have kept it here. When you click on this links, it will redirect to O'Reilly. And people who doesn't love to read books and everything, they can just start programming. I would recommend Flow in this manner. Check it out in Google. If you don't get it, go to Stack Overflow. If you don't get it, I did not mention it here, which I'll mention it out here. Go to Medium. Medium is a very good website, and especially there is something called Towards Data Science. There are beautiful authors whom also I have learned from those authors. I request you to go in this manner. And finally, use ChatGPT only, okay, as an understanding of that code. What does it mean is that there is a code that you find it out maybe in Medium, maybe in Stack Overflow. You are unable to understand it. Just copy paste that code in ChatGPT and ask it to explain in simple words. So that LLM can do it better, but don't ask it to solve your problems at this point of time, especially when you're learning. And of course, this is fundamental. You have to practice. Oh, I kept the Medium, sorry. And the tools that we use it as today and for future as well is VS Code. I love it when preferred compared to Anaconda or Spider, because I love using .py files, which we will go through it when we create those files. And Google Colab is much more user friendly. Like rather than using a local Jupyter notebook file, you can use a Jupyter notebook file on Google Colab, and you can work it from anywhere else. Like you can work it from iPad, or else you can work it from laptop. Maybe you can work it maybe from internet shop. Maybe you are stuck for somewhere else. Maybe you can just log in into your Google account and then start working on it. That's how it works. Like it's a very good tool that I started loving it. Yep. So why to waste time? Let's jump into the live demo. But before going into that, let's quickly go through this week's homework. I'm just clicking it here. So this week's homework is you have to create a GitHub account. I've kept just a supporting tutorial as well as and then people who wants to use either VS Code or Google Colab, okay, which anyways I'll go through in this video. But if at all, okay, if it is not so clear, I request you to go through these specific videos as well. How to install a VS Code in Windows 10 and just basic Colab introduction. And then this is the core part of an assignment. What I'm asking is that create a function that add 2 numbers. Just don't add like how I have shown in the slides, but try to create a function like the way that we have seen it for defining a function of a hello world. Similarly, try to create a function that subtracts two numbers. Anyways, you can check it out, but request not to use ChatGPT and etc. Then there is no fun in learning. So as a part of your final submission, I request you to create a GitHub repository, upload your file to the GitHub repository, and share your link of GitHub repository in this comment box. So yeah, let's jump directly into the demo. See you on my laptop. Here on my laptop. First, let's go through the VS Code, how it looks. So it's VS Code. So I'm using my Mac. Maybe your people who are using Windows, maybe it might look very differently. So once I just click on VS Code, something will show up like that, and it has beautiful extensions which you can always see around. Sorry, I'll minimize my screen so that it fits into the recording screen. Just give me one. Yep. This is how it looks. Let's straight away just get open our new file. Like I'm just clicking a new file. I'm clicking on Python here, and just here I'm saying print hello. Sorry. Hello. And I'm running it. How did I run it? I printed on Mac, shift and enter. So if you can see it out here, okay, it has been executed as hello world. So instead of writing over here, I can write it in the terminal as well, like 1 plus 1. It can show 2 here, or else I can say it out like print 1 plus 1. I can just execute only that part of statement. If I can select all and run it together, it has just printed both hello world as well as 1 and 2. So that's how it is. Like when you save this file, so right now it is untitled, it will ask something called .py, which is nothing but an Python file kind of a thing. So this is just a basic Python file, right? So I'll just run through the examples that we had seen it in the slides. Like here, an addition, like I'm assigning, creating a variable. Here there are three operations. I'm creating a variable here, and I'm adding two numbers. Post adding these two numbers, I'm reassigning that number to the variable x again. But everything in one statement. There is nothing called define x variable, add two numbers, and then reassign that x into the three numbers. Like everything is just one single statement. That's it, done. If you want to see what is in x, I'm just using the terminal to print it here in the bottom. It gives 3 answer. So that's how Python, very readable, very easy, and very intuitive kind of a thing. Now let's go into the Google Colab. So open Google. Google Colab is nothing but Google Colab. Once you try, just do Google. It'll say welcome to Collaboratory. You can click on this. It'll take its own sweet time depending upon the internet. Instead of that, let's create a new notebook. I'm saying here connect, and I'm creating a new notebook here. So here when we create a new notebook, this is called Python notebook. So here earlier we have seen a .py only when we have just created a plain simple file. This is called pynb. It is called Python notebook. That's why it is called as a pynb extension. And I because it is interactive. Okay, so that's how the naming convention it is. Untitled, just it's a file name where you can always change it. Why it is like a notebook and interaction, let me just, okay. So 1 plus 1, if I do just shift enter, it is trying to connect here. If you can see it out here, yes. So it gives an answer too, like, and then I can do hello world. It is just, it's an another cell. So we are running. So why it is interactive, we can go here and then just say change hello one world, and it will change. The most beautiful thing in Google Colab right now, which is freely available, is that they have embedded generative AI. I would say use it of less, but maybe if you want to just use it for the day, for a few days, maybe you can use it. Just click on generate, maybe just write. I'll just use it. Create random number and assign to X. So this is my prompt. So here it has imported a function random, and it is trying to create a random integer between 0 and 10, and it is assigning to a variable 10. Now let's print X. Now 1, we will try to rerun it again. Since it's a random integer, right now it has printed as 10. So that's how the entire piece it is. Okay, let me I'll just change the name here. It doesn't look good, right? Okay, that's how it is. So I'll stop here. If you have any doubts, please reach out to me. Don't worry. And finally, I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please show your support by subscribing and sharing. Your enthusiasm keeps this community thriving, and also I'll feel happy. Until next time, love you all. Bye. Happy coding.